Being a part of the Harry Potter cast must be an amazing experience, but sadly, it doesn't guarantee continued stardom or a lifetime supply of butterbeer. Actors like Tom Felton, who had starring roles in the movie franchise, have since faded into the background or dropped out of acting altogether. Making poor choices of follow-up projects could be one of the reasons behind this, but there is more to their disappearance from the spotlight that meets the eye. Some found it hard to transition from child star to adult actor, while others chose to take on completely unrelated projects. Can you guess which Harry Potter star realized their dream of driving an ice cream van? Stay tuned to find out. Typecasting is one of the scourges of being a celebrity, and after 10 years of worldwide fame as Hogwarts students, it's no wonder these Harry Potter actors couldn't escape its curse. Tom Felton was quite memorable as Harry Potter's nemesis Draco Malfoy.
Think my name was funny, do you?
And it was harder for him to find a greater variety of roles. But it was Rupert Grint who has probably suffered the most from typecasting. Ron Weasley has come to be known as more comic relief than hero material in the Harry Potter movie universe. He spends much of his on-screen time looking confused, failing at magic, or falling victim to silly situations. This creates the impression that Ron is not the sharpest pencil in the box. Many years later, Rupert Grint still can't shake this image of Ron. We can see this in the way he's cast in the ABC Murders as the not-too-brilliant Inspector Crome, in contrast to John Malkovich as the ingenious Hercule Poirot. At least Grint is getting more regular work now, and we're confident that this talented actor can shine in leading roles that do him justice. Likewise, James and Oliver Phelps, who played Fred and George Weasley, have possibly done too good a job. Now they're forever embedded in the minds of producers as the mischievous identical twins, and they've had trouble landing gigs as individuals. As James told The Guardian, "We want to continue acting, but not necessarily together." The twins have appeared in films like Danny and The Human Zoo, but have also managed to snag some roles individually. Here's hoping that with the passage of time, they become known for more than their Hogwarts antics. Ivana Lynch was a huge fan of J.K. Rowling's books, which led to her audition for Luna Lovegood, and now it's impossible to imagine anyone else in that role. Unfortunately, it's also hard to imagine Lynch in any other role. Maybe she's just never found an acting niche that could match the weirdness of Luna Lovegood. However, she did star in a coming-of-age drama, My Name is Emily, which shows off her ability to play quirky characters outside of the Potterverse. Overall, the cast of Harry Potter turned out to be a wholesome bunch. Most of them avoided the pitfalls of child stardom, as exemplified by Macaulay Culkin and Lindsay Lohan. You don't see these former child witches and wizards facing DUI charges or struggling with substance abuse. Jamie Wylett is the exception, having been arrested on more than one occasion, once for marijuana possession, and another time for rioting. We can't say for sure what led to these decisions, but the theory goes that the pressure of a full-on production like Harry Potter was too much for Wylett. Let's face it, Vincent Crabbe is a bit of a thankless role. For most viewers, aside from die-hard fans of course, Crabbe and Goyle are basically interchangeable.
What's your names again?
I'm...
Crabbe, Goyle.
Also, as Crabbe didn't have too many lines, but he still had to put in the same long hours on set as the stars did, since Crabbe and Goyle go wherever Malfoy goes. And to add to that, the character that he portrayed was not in the least likable. Could it be possible that Wylett was acting out because he expected a lifetime of being cast in the role of a brainless bully? Ultimately, the actors had some control over which movies they decided to undertake. Although it may have been slim pickings due to the problem of typecasting, sometimes their choices of follow-up projects didn't do them any favors. And to be fair, Harry Potter is a tough act to follow. These were huge blockbuster movies meticulously crafted by the best professionals in the business, and seeing the same actors in anything less than that might seem like a disappointment. One of Rupert Grint's post-Potter projects was Into the White, a World War II film that was generally considered kind of blah. He followed that with CBGB, a tribute to punk rock that can safely be classified as rotten on Rotten Tomatoes, Charlie Countryman, a comedy/drama in which Grint plays an aspiring porn star, was arguably the worst of a string of poorly received films. Another former wizard who hasn't been seen on the red carpet as often as we would like, Tom Felton, has acted in several movies and TV series, The Flash being one of the more notable ones. But his gigs have rarely matched the box office success of Harry Potter. He did land a lead role in the sci-fi series Origin, which has been deemed somewhat okay, but only ran for one season. Even the Chosen One himself made some strange choices. His follow-up movies such as Horns and The Woman in Black received poor to mixed reviews. He also gained some notoriety when Swiss Army Man repulsed audiences so much that viewers were seen leaving the theater in disgust. In this movie, Radcliffe plays a corpse that has some strange abilities. It may not be for everyone, but Swiss Army Man is an entertaining, thought-provoking movie, and Radcliffe's acting is impressive. It's hard to predict how a movie will be received by critics and audiences. Sometimes the choices were poorly made, but in other cases, Radcliffe was not trying to make another blockbuster hit. He was more interested in playing challenging roles in quirky and unusual movies, and in that, he has succeeded. Being part of the Harry Potter films might have been a dream come true, but it was still a lot of hard work. With millions of pounds being spent every day on the expensive sets, actors often didn't have the luxury of taking a day off when they were needed for a scene. Once they were free from the grueling schedule of Harry Potter, many took up other pursuits that they were putting off due to the demands of the cinematic juggernaut. After giving us his best evil sneers as Draco Malfoy, Tom Felton took on a more positive vibe with his acoustic rock. He has delighted fans with his ukulele-strumming, tie-dye wearing Instagram persona. No longer hanging out with his evil henchmen, Crabbe and Goyle, he's often seen with his adorable sidekick, Willow. While Felton is more of an Instagram star than a movie star, Emma Watson is the one Potter alumni whose acting career is undeniably on the rise. Although she had her moments of feeling overwhelmed by fame, Watson's determination has really paid off. She didn't shy away from intense work schedules, taking on starring roles in a whole range of big-budget films as the Harry Potter series came to a close. Rupert Grint, on the other hand, only starred in 3 low-key movies during that crucial time when the eyes of the world were on him. What else was he up to? First of all, he became the proud owner of an ice cream van because it had been a long-time dream of his. Although he's not licensed to sell ice cream, there's nothing to stop Grint from driving around and making some lucky kid's day. As he told the Daily Mail in 2014, "I'll drive around the local villages, and if I see some kids looking like they're in need of ice creams, I'll pull over and dish them out for free." Our hat's off to you, Rupert. Not everyone has the courage to pursue their childhood dreams with this much panache. Grint also tried to get into the hospitality business by opening a hotel, but his establishment only made around £2,000 over the course of 4 years. Why does that seem like something Ron Weasley would do? Movie Ron, that is. Some actors who worked on Harry Potter found other creative callings. Following her stint as Ginny Weasley, Bonnie Wright wanted to be not so much an actor, but a storyteller. She went on to study filmmaking and started her own production company. Stepping away from the action-packed Harry Potter films, Wright was interested in more introspective tales. For instance, she directed a film about the realizations that come with middle age, based on the A.S. Byatt short story. We wouldn't call her unsuccessful. She's clearly doing what she loves behind the camera. So maybe being on Harry Potter hasn't cursed these actors' careers after all. It would have been unlikely for all the cast members to keep up the forward momentum after being involved in a project of that magnitude. And for some of them, success wasn't about being the highest paid actor in a big budget Hollywood production. It was more about being themselves and finding their passions. You do you, Tom Felton. You are still you. Do you think some of these actors can still make a comeback? Which Harry Potter alums would you like to see in more big budget productions? Please let us know in the comments below, and check out other Collider videos for more lists and discussions of your favorite fantasy movies.